Hey there, welcome back. My name is Ryan. In this video, we're going to do a solo playthrough of the word game Café. Now, I have a full review on Café if you want to find out even more about the game. There's a link for that in the description below. But Café is a cute little game where you are trying to make coffee and deliver it to cafes so people can drink more coffee. What we all want. It has one really fun mechanism where you're going to lay out these cards that will give you actions. Then you're going to lay out other cards, but you always have to cover up old actions. So it's one of these single mechanism games where it's basically the main thing you're doing is laying out these cards, drafting new cards, and covering them. I have played this quite a bit at the player counts 2, 3, and I think even 4 once. I haven't really played it solo much, so we're going to kind of give the solo mode a go. Basically, solo works about the same as a real game. So if you know how to play the game, you learn how to play solo. It's really simple. Basically, there's just more cards that you throw out before the game starts, so you still only get 8 total turns. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we have everything set up for a solo game here. We have 24 cafe cards flip over. I'm throwing out the 8 espresso cards in the expansion, the 8 cards with a star on them, and also 16 more random cards in this pile, so I will not know what's coming out. We're going to be playing Brazil over here, so I have my action thing on the 1 space because I started out with coffee. Also, all these cubes are off the table. We won't be needing to see those, and also we don't need to play with this go first master token thing. All right, let's flip out 3 cards to choose from. And of course, we start with 1 of each bean over here. I almost forgot. Well, since this dryer doesn't fit easily into this, I think the coffee cup is the obvious choice here. So I'm going to place that here, and I will toss my yellow. Okay, so I'm going to plant these 2 for 1 action. I have 2 total, so plant once, and I will go ahead and dry those 2. So that's 0. Next turn. All right, that one is pretty nice. I'm going to take this. I will spend a red and just cover this up here to connect my field all together. And I have 3 actions now. So I will plant for 1. I will go 2, 3, and I will go ahead and well, wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. That's all my actions. So I'm going to throw these away. This card here is tempting, but I already have tons of yellow and red. So I'm going to be taking this one here. I'll place it here. Give me good potential to keep growing my field this way, and also maybe get into the dryer on there. So I got to waste this one. I just covered up. Okay, let me move this over here. So I'm going to start by delivering. That's 1. Then I will go 2. I'll go ahead and just do 3 and hope that I make my field bigger before I plant next time. Okay, I'm going to be taking this one, be going for my second dryer here. So I'll kind of give up on this one here in a second. So I have that. I start out by 1 action. I'm going to deliver the red here. I'm going to plant, so green. I've never had my field so organized. Green, brown, red, yellow, all in order. That's 2 actions. For my final action, I would go ahead and activate this over here. So I can activate both of them like that. All right. Okay, I'm going to take this and spend a yellow for it. I think I'm just going to go in here, and I don't think I'll be covering up that anytime soon. Wait there, and I'll just make my field really big. I really would like another dryer, but it's just not happening at this point. So 4 actions. We'll go 1. Actually, hang on a sec. You know what, that'd be a better move. Instead of doing that, I need to move this out of the way. I didn't think I'd be growing upwards. This is the thing about this game. You never know which way you're going to go. So I'm actually going to cover up that one. That'd be a much better move because I would incorporate all of that as well. Let me go 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I really hope the ideal situation would be I can cover this one next time with a with another roaster. So I'll do that and hope that that works out. Okay, so I think I need this roaster here. So I'm going to take this one. I'll just lose this yellow cube, which is fine. I have plenty of yellows, but I do have my back-to-back roasters. I didn't get any coffee pot, so I have 4 actions still. We'll start out by delivering green here. I'll go 1 there and 1 over here. So for my second action, I think I will plant. I have a lot to do planting-wise. Okay, it's not super exciting because I already have that one blocked, but hopefully that shouldn't happen again for the rest of the game. So I'm going to my third action, it's going to be that. In my fourth action, I will take all of these over here. Now, if you haven't played the game before, I can't take these field and put them and add them to the red. Once it's been added, I have to get them out of there. So unfortunately, I can't just throw in extra reds to that space. So that's all my actions this turn. All right, second to last turn already. Well, with second to last turn, there's no value probably of me taking a dryer because the 3 dryer is not going to help unless I have another roaster. So I'm probably just going to take the action here. I will place it here and I'll spend a yellow for it. So this gives me 5 actions this turn. The first obvious one is going to be this one. So I'm going to do 1, 2, then the other one goes to the warehouse. And then that one there, that goes to the warehouse. So that is 1 action there. All that was touching. I delivered all of it. Actually, for delivering, it doesn't really matter if they're touching, but all these are pretty equal. So I'm going to go for yellows here. And I will go for greens, I guess. I got second action. And then third action is going to go over here. And then I will deliver. So all the greens can go to the warehouse. 1 yellow is going to be dropped off there. The rest go to the warehouse. Okay, so then I have 1 thing left to do on this turn. And since I only have 1 color out there, I will plant. All right, so we're going to toss this. We're going to start our last turn here. Okay, so we do have the option of a coffee cup in every card, which I have to get anyway, but and I get a coffee cup, I get 6 actions. So that'll be a total of 1, 2, 3. I can pick up and deliver twice. Now I'm going to have 5 reds. This is where counting kind of matters. So I have 5 reds here. I'll have yellows be more than enough. I would have 6. So brown's going to be my worst. Brown and red. Brown will have 5. Red will also have 5. So taking this, I'm just looking right here. Taking this won't really do me any good because the 2 points I get for this, red's going to be tied for my lowest. So it's kind of a non-factor. But seeing there's nothing really better out here because I'm not planting anyway, this last turn is actually kind of, now I won't say meaningless, but it kind of is. So I'm going to stick, these 2 are gone. It's not meaningless. The card I just selected ended up being pretty meaningless. So have to pay something for that. I'm definitely going to have plenty of yellow, so I'll pay yellow. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total actions. Now it worked out really well. I have 6 actions. If drying will be 1, roasting is 2, delivers 3, drying 1, roasting, delivery. So basically, I have my entire field planted. I'm going to be able to go every bean through once. The only thing I really want to do is I'm going to throw a red on there. So all my reds come over here. It doesn't really matter which one's next, but I will choose to do brown. That's 1 action. 2 actions. And delivery is 3 actions. I'll just stick a red on there. So like I said, doesn't really matter because that 1 extra red over here would have been a victory point, but it doesn't matter. So, and then on my 4th action, I will do the yellows. That's 4. Technically, I'm right there. I will roast for another one. Then I will deliver. I know where to put them. So right now, all these are going to the warehouse. If I make sure I didn't miss any beans here, I did not score that well this game. So I have, that's full, that's full, that's full. All of them are filled, but there's not a lot with points on them. So 1, 2, or they're not very high valued. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 6. So we have 10 points here. Now, if you look at the warehouse, the top one is not going to score in a second, the top one. So the lowest one I have scores 2 each. So that's going to be 8 points here. Then each of these are worth 9. Or sorry, each of these are worth 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 13 here, plus 10 for a total of 23. All right, that's it. That's a solo playthrough at Café. If you're someone who likes to torture themselves and see what the rulebook says you should score, I did good. And that's not the kind of good you want to do. I did good, as in there was poor, average, good, very good, extraordinary, and good luck with that. So basically, I was meh in the middle. I actually barely scored good. So I played this solo a few times, and that did not go well at all. But that's fine. If you don't want to torture yourself, you just want to have a fun time just saying out your cards like this and see what gets covered, see what doesn't get covered, have fun spending your action points. That's what this game is really about. You can tell it's really short. So if you really want to go for high score, you could play several of these in a row. I mean, that was 10 or 15 minutes maybe. So pretty good solo game. It goes really fast. It's a little maybe on the light side as far as a solo game goes. So you don't have that interest of stealing someone else's card or see what other people are doing and everything, and kind of seeing each other's cafes develop and seeing what color beans they want, so it loses some of that interaction. So it ends up being a pretty quick game, because most turns you look at the cards available. It's a pretty obvious choice. You take one. Well, not that obvious. Maybe there were obvious choices that I missed, and that's why I scored 23 points. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more playthroughs, some rules, explanations, and reviews of games. Also, leave a comment down section below if you have any comments, questions, or maybe advice. I have not played the solo game that much, so advice might help. See y'all next time.